Alien S, signal from the star's commander. Elena Reyes stretched in her chair as she completed her 14th hour on duty at Orbital Defense Station Aegis. The station hung in Earth's orbit like a silent sentinel, its arrays of sensors constantly monitoring the depths of space for any sign of threats or opportunities. Another quiet shift, she muttered, rubbing her tired eyes. "Commander," called Lieutenant Park from the communications station. "I'm picking up something unusual." Reyes straightened immediately. "What kind of unusual?" "A signal. Definitely artificial, but unlike anything in our database." Park's fingers danced across his console. "It's coming from the direction of the Cygnus constellation, approximately 37 light-years away." Reyes moved to his station, looking over his shoulder at the waveform displayed on his screen. The pattern pulsed with mathematical precision, too regular to be natural, too complex to be random interference. "How long has it been coming in?" she asked. "Just detected it 8 minutes ago. The pattern repeats every 73 seconds. Reyes tapped her comm unit. "Get Dr. Okafor up here immediately." Within minutes, the station's lead xenolinguist arrived at the command center. Dr. Maya Okafor was brilliant but eccentric, her dark hair tied back in a messy bun, eyes already alight with curiosity. "Is it true?" she asked breathlessly. "An alien signal?" Reyes gestured to Park Station. "See for yourself." Okafor plugged in her tablet and began running analysis programs, her excitement visibly growing. "This is incredible. The mathematical sequences, they're using prime numbers as a foundation, followed by what appears to be a linguistic primer. This isn't random, it's designed to be decoded by another intelligent species." "Can you translate it?" Reyes asked. "Give me some time," Okafor replied, already lost in her work. For the next 12 hours, Okafor worked tirelessly, occasionally muttering to herself or exclaiming in excitement. The command center staff watched anxiously, aware they might be witnessing history. "I've got it," Okafor finally announced, her voice hushed with awe. "It's a distress call." Reyes felt a chill run down her spine. "You're certain?" "Without doubt. They call themselves the Araxians. Their homeworld is under attack by a species they call the Harvesters." Okafor pulled up her translation on the main screen. "They're peaceful, technologically advanced, but unprepared for warfare. The Harvesters showed up 8 months ago and began systematically destroying their colonies. Why send a message to us? How would they even know we exist?" asked Park. Okafor pointed to another section of the data. "They didn't target us specifically. They sent the signal in all directions, hoping someone, anyone, would respond. It's a desperate plea." Admiral James Chen, head of Earth's United Defense Force, arrived at Aegis Station 6 hours later. His weathered face remained impassive as he reviewed the data. "And you're confident this isn't a trap?" he asked. "Can't be certain," Reyes admitted, "but the Araxians are sharing valuable technological data with their message, including faster-than-light communication schematics. Why would an enemy give us advanced technology?" "To lure us out," suggested General Harris, the UDF's ground forces commander. "Draw our ships away from Earth." Dr. Okafor shook her head. "The message contains biological data, too. The Araxians evolved on a world with much lower gravity than Earth, about 0.3 of ours, with higher oxygen content and virtually no tectonic activity." "Meaning?" Admiral Chen asked. "Meaning they're physically fragile compared to humans?" Okafor explained. "Thin bones, minimal muscle mass, delicate respiratory systems. What they'd consider normal conditions would feel like paradise to us. What we consider normal would crush and suffocate them." A hint of a smile crossed Chen's face. "So they're from a garden world, and we're from what they would consider a death world," Okafor confirmed. "In their classification system, Earth would be categorized as an extreme condition planet. The kinds of evolutionary pressures that shaped humanity would be unimaginable to them. The implications hung in the air. Humans, with their dense bones, powerful muscles, and adaptability to extreme conditions, might possess natural advantages the Araxians lacked, advantages that could be crucial against these harvesters." After 3 days of debate, Earth's Global Security Council reached a decision. Humanity would answer the call. Captain Marcus Decker stood in the observation lounge of the UDF flagship Thermopylae, watching teams of workers prepare the massive vessel. Across the lunar shipyard, 7 other warships underwent final preparations for humanity's first interstellar mission. "Impressive, isn't it?" said a voice behind him. Decker turned to find Admiral Chen approaching. "Sir." "Having second thoughts, Captain?" Decker considered the question carefully. "Not about the mission, but I wonder if we're prepared for true first contact. We've spent our history fighting each other. Now we're supposed to be diplomats and saviors." Chen nodded thoughtfully. "That's precisely why I chose you to lead the fleet, Decker. You ask the right questions." He gestured to the ships below. "These vessels carry the best of humanity, not just our weapons, but our courage, compassion, and that stubborn refusal to back down from a challenge. And our tendency to shoot first," Decker added wryly. "Sometimes that's necessary too," Chen replied without humor. In the shipyard's main laboratory, Chief Engineer Dr. Sofia Rodriguez wiped her hands on a rag as Decker and Chen approached. "Gentlemen, we've done it. By adapting the Araxian fold-space technology to our fusion systems, we've created something remarkable." She patted a glowing blue cylindrical device. "Not quite faster than light travel like in the movies, but we're bending space enough to reduce the journey to about 4 months. 4 months to travel 37 light years?" Decker whistled. "Will that get us there in time?" "Based on their message, yes," Rodriguez confirmed. "The harvesters appear methodical, not swift. The Araxians have been fighting for almost a year their time." Meanwhile, Lieutenant Commander Jade Wong supervised the loading of combat suits and weapons. The newest designs were built to function in almost any environment, with exoskeletons that amplified human strength. "How's it feeling, Martinez?" Wong asked a young Marine testing the system. Corporal Martinez lifted a cargo container that would normally require 4 people. "Like I could throw a tank, ma'am." "Will these work in the Araxian environment?" Decker asked, approaching the testing area. Wong nodded. "That's what I've been focusing on. Their atmosphere contains elements mildly toxic to humans, so we'll need sealed suits. And their gravity is less than 1/3 of Earth's. Our people will need to be careful not to jump through the ceiling." "So we're too tough for their world?" Martinez asked. "Ironically, yes," Wong confirmed. "Our greatest advantage, being adapted to harsh conditions, creates complications on their gentle world." The night before launch, Decker couldn't sleep. He walked the quiet corridors of the Thermopylae, eventually finding his way to the ship's small arboretum, a green space designed to provide crews a reminder of Earth during long missions. He was surprised to find Admiral Chen there looking at a small oak sapling. "Trouble sleeping?" Chen asked without turning around. "Last-minute concerns," Decker admitted. "You?" "I'm not going with you tomorrow," Chen said, touching a leaf gently. "Someone needs to stay and protect Earth." Decker frowned. "You're expecting trouble here?" Chen turned to face him. "Our long-range sensors detected unusual energy signatures at the edge of our system after we sent our response. Something might have followed the Araxian signal back to its source. The harvesters? Maybe. Or something else." Chen's face was grim. "While you're helping the Araxians, I'll be preparing our defenses here. This mission could be bringing war to our doorstep." Decker straightened. "Should we abort?" "No. If these beings are threatening the Araxians, they'd find us eventually. Better to meet them on our terms, potentially with allies." He handed Decker a small data chip. "These are your final orders. Open them once you're beyond Mars orbit." Dawn crews boarded their ships. Families gathered at viewing areas to watch the historic launch. The world held its breath as humanity prepared to venture beyond its solar system for the first time. On the Thermopylae's bridge, Captain Decker took his command chair. Around him, his crew waited at their stations, Lieutenant Commander Wong at Tactical, Dr. Okafor at Communications, and Chief Engineer Rodriguez monitoring the new drive system. "All ships report ready, Captain," said the operations officer. Decker looked at the main screen showing Earth growing smaller as they moved into position. "Whatever waited out there, Friendly aliens, deadly enemies, or something beyond imagination, humanity was about to face it. Fleet Command, this is Thermopylae, Decker said. Begin departure sequence. One by one, the massive warships activated their engines, breaking away from Earth orbit. As they passed the moon, Decker gave the order to engage the new drive systems. Space seemed to stretch around them. Stars blurred. The ships accelerated to speeds humanity had only dreamed of before. 8 vessels carrying Earth's hopes and fears vanished into the depths of space, leaving their home behind. On Earth, Admiral Chen watched the fleet disappear from tracking systems, then immediately ordered increased defense readiness across all stations. The journey had begun. There was no turning back now. Deathworlders rising, 2 months into their journey. The Thermopylae cruised through the empty darkness between stars. Captain Decker stood on the bridge reviewing tactical simulations when the alarm sounded. "Captain, we're picking up something ahead," Lieutenant Commander Wong called from the tactical station. "It's not moving on a normal course." "Show me," Decker ordered. The main screen displayed a small object tumbling slowly through space. As they got closer, they could see it was a ship, badly damaged, with sections torn open to vacuum. "Any life signs?" Decker asked. The science officer adjusted her instruments. "Faint energy readings, multiple life signs, but they're weak." Decker made his decision quickly. "Bring us alongside. Prepare a boarding team. Lieutenant Commander Wong, you'll lead. Take Dr. Okafor and Chief Rodriguez." "Weapons, sir?" Wong asked. "Standard? Gear," Decker nodded. "We don't know what caused that damage." Within 30 minutes, a shuttle departed the Thermopylae carrying the boarding team in full environmental suits. Through the shuttle windows, they could see the alien vessel more clearly, sleek and crystalline, with elegant curves now marred by what looked like massive impact fractures. "Those are weapons impacts," Wong noted. Something tore through their hull like it was tissue paper. The shuttle docked with the damaged ship. Chief Rodriguez examined the alien technology. "I think I can get this open," she said, connecting tools to the strange panels. With a hiss, the outer door opened. The team entered the airlock, sealed it behind them, and waited as the chamber cycled. "Atmosphere readings show high oxygen content and trace gases consistent with what we know about Araxian environments," Rodriguez reported. "Keep your suits sealed." The inner door opened to reveal a corridor bathed in soft blue light. The walls seemed to shimmer slightly as if alive. They moved cautiously through the ship, noting the strange design. No sharp corners, everything flowing in curves with surfaces that felt like polished glass. They found the bridge, a circular room with control panels that glowed with gentle light. 7 bodies lay on the floor, unmoving. Wong approached cautiously. One of the bodies moved. The humans froze as a tall, willowy figure slowly sat up. It had 6 limbs, crystalline skin that refracted light in rainbow patterns, and large eyes that widened in what seemed like terror at the sight of the humans. The alien backed away, making musical sounds. 2 other figures stirred, equally alarmed. Dr. Okafor stepped forward slowly, holding up her hands. "We mean no harm," she said while her translation device converted her words into melodic tones. The alien stopped, clearly shocked to hear their language. The tallest one responded with a series of chimes that Okafor's device translated. "You understood our call? You came?" "We are humans from Earth," Okafor explained. "We received your distress signal." The 3 Araxians looked at each other, then back at the strange, suited figures. The translator worked to interpret their rapid exchange. "Not like us. Dense beings. How do you move in such heavy shells?" Okafor realized they were referring to the environmental suits and to human physiology itself. "These are protection. Our natural form would find your air difficult." Over the next hour, they established basic communication. The Araxians were Elder Sela, Navigator Tyron, and Healer Vox. They had fled their home system when the 3rd defense line collapsed. Captain Decker joined them once the shuttle returned to the Thermopylae. The Araxians were brought to a special chamber adjusted to their atmospheric needs. where humans could interact with them wearing lighter protective gear. Elder Sela studied the humans with fascination. You breathe nitrogen-oxygen consistently? Your bodies contain iron and calcium? She asked in disbelief when told about human physiology. Your lungs would burn in our natural air. Your muscles would tear our strongest materials. Your bones are like living metal. Where we come from, these adaptations are necessary, Decker explained. Deathworlders, Tyrion whispered. The legends speak of worlds so harsh that life becomes formidable. We never truly believed. Navigator Tyrion brought up a star chart showing their home system. The Harvesters have taken our homeworld and 4 colonies. The Resistance has gathered on Lyra, the second moon of our gas giant. How many survivors? Decker asked. Perhaps 200,000, Sela said sadly. Once we were billions. Healer Vox explained the Harvesters' conquest pattern. They come with massive, organic ships, living vessels that devour as they travel. They do not kill needlessly. They harvest. They collect genetic material, resources, and knowledge. Why attack your people specifically? Wong asked. Our crystalline biology, Vox replied. We can store vast amounts of information in our cellular structure. The Harvesters desire this capability. As they integrated the Araxian ship's data into their systems, Dr. Rodriguez discovered something alarming. Captain, you need to see this, she called from a terminal. The Harvesters have cataloged thousands of worlds, including Earth. Decker examined the translated alien text. Earth is marked as high difficulty, special preparation required. They know about us but have avoided contact. Because we're from a death world, Okafor suggested. Too much trouble to harvest. Until now, Decker said grimly. By responding to the Araxian signal, we've announced ourselves. They altered course for Lyra Moon. During the remaining journey, the human crews trained intensively while learning everything they could about their enemy from the Araxians. The Araxians, in turn, were amazed by human resilience. When Corporal Martinez demonstrated the exoskeleton by lifting a massive support beam, Elder Sela nearly fainted. Your natural muscles alone would be remarkable to us, she explained. With these machines, you seem like gods. 2 weeks before reaching the Araxian system, their sensors detected a massive harvester fleet moving toward Lyra Moon. They must have followed the refugees, Tyrion said, fear evident in his voice. The last sanctuary will fall. Not if we can help it, Decker replied. He gathered his command staff to develop a battle plan that would utilize humanity's unique advantages. When they arrived at the edge of the Araxian system, the 8 Earth ships activated their stealth systems, another technology the peaceful Araxians had never developed. The harvester fleet surrounded Lyra Moon, 12 massive organic vessels, each the size of a small city. Those things are alive, Rodriguez confirmed after scanning them. Living technology far beyond anything we've seen. Living things have vulnerabilities, Decker noted. Okafor, what did you learn about harvester biology? They evolved on a low-gravity world like the Araxians, she replied. Their cellular structure is optimized for efficiency, not durability. High pressure, extreme temperatures, or rapid gravitational changes would be devastating to them. Decker smiled grimly. Conditions humans have adapted to handle. He outlined his plan to the fleet. The battle began with the Earth ships suddenly appearing between the Harvesters and Lyra Moon. The alien vessels, surprised by the newcomers, reacted slowly, clearly unaccustomed to opposition. They're communicating with each other, Okafor reported from her station, trying to identify us. Let's introduce ourselves properly, Decker said. All ships execute attack pattern Phoenix. The Earth vessels split into pairs, each targeting a harvester ship. From the shuttle bays, smaller craft emerged carrying specialized teams. When the first harvester fired, a beam of corrosive energy, the human ships demonstrated their superior maneuverability, dodging with ease in the low-gravity environment, where the harvesters were used to facing the equally fragile Araxians. The boarding teams, led by Wong, attached to the organic hulls of 3 harvester ships. Wearing their exoskeletons and carrying specially designed weapons, they cut their way inside. It's like being inside a living organism, Wong reported back. The corridors pulse, the walls react to our presence. The harvesters themselves were tall, spindly creatures with translucent bodies showing complex internal structures. They moved with fluid grace but scattered in terror when confronted by the armored humans. They're not used to resistance, Wong realized, especially not from physically superior opponents. Following Decker's plan, the teams planted specialized charges deep within each harvester vessel. Devices designed to create localized gravitational pulses equivalent to Earth's stronger gravity. When detonated simultaneously, the charges created crushing force within the 3 targeted vessels. The living ships convulsed, their delicate internal structures collapsing under pressures they had never evolved to withstand. Meanwhile, the Earth fleet engaged the remaining harvesters in direct combat. The alien ships were powerful but predictable. They had developed their tactics against opponents who fought like themselves. They were completely unprepared for human warfare. When 4 harvester ships surrounded the Thermopylae, Decker ordered all power to engines. The Earth vessel accelerated at forces that would have killed an Araxian or harvester crew. But the humans, secured in their gravity-compensating chairs, endured. The maneuver carried them clear while the harvesters, attempting to follow, collided with each other. The tide turned quickly. 3 harvester ships were disabled by the boarding teams. 2 more destroyed themselves in the collision. The Earth fleet, demonstrating superior tactics and resilience, methodically disabled the remaining vessels. Within hours, the battle was over. The harvester fleet, which had terrorized the Araxians for nearly a year, was defeated. On Lyra Moon, the surviving Araxians watched in awe as the Earth ships took position in orbit. Captain Decker, along with his senior staff, traveled to the surface to meet with the Araxian leadership. The great crystal dome of the Araxian sanctuary glittered, with rainbow light as Elder Val, leader of the survivors, greeted them. "We had given up hope," Val said, his crystalline form shimmering with emotion. "For generations we believed ourselves alone in the universe. Then the harvesters came, and we discovered existence beyond our system in the most terrible way." He gestured to the humans. "And now you, so different from us yet willing to risk yourselves for our survival." "It's what humans do," Decker replied simply. "We protect those who need protection." "You are from a world that would kill us instantly," Val observed. "Your bodies evolved for conditions we can barely imagine. Yet you use this strength not for conquest, but for defense." "Not all Deathworlders are monsters," Decker said. "Sometimes, the harshest environments produce the strongest compassion. The alliance formed that day would change both civilizations forever. The Araxians shared their advanced technology, their mastery of light, energy, and information storage. The humans offered protection and their unique perspective as Deathworld survivors. 6 months later, the Earth fleet returned home, accompanied by Araxian diplomatic vessels. Admiral Chen welcomed them at Orbital Station Aegis, his relief evident. "The harvesters?" he asked immediately. "Defeated for now," Decker reported. "But there are more out there. They'll be back eventually, and next time, they'll be prepared for us." Chen nodded grimly. "Then we'll be ready too." He glanced at the Araxian delegates with our new allies. That night, as Earth celebrated its first successful interstellar mission and welcomed representatives from another civilization, Captain Decker stood alone on the observation deck, looking out at the stars. Dr. Okafor joined him. "What are you thinking, Captain?" "I'm thinking about evolution," he replied. "For thousands of years we cursed our harsh world. The diseases, the natural disasters, the struggle to survive. We never realized it was preparing us for this moment. Our greatest weakness became our greatest strength," Okafor agreed. "And there are more worlds out there," Decker said, gesturing to the stars. "More civilizations like the Araxians who may need protection. And more threats like the harvesters," Okafor added soberly. Decker nodded. "Humanity spent its childhood fighting itself. Perhaps our adulthood will be spent defending others." As if in answer, A communication alert sounded. Another distress signal, this one from a different sector of space. The Deathworlders would rise again.